You're doing your thing in the sport, you're winning medals at the Commonwealth Games. How does it feel to have become famous for helping someone else? Like, you've made the ultimate sacrifices in your life to get where you are, and on the world's biggest stage, you sacrificed yourself to help a mate.
It's still a really weird one to become known as an athlete for something other than your performance. I guess in rugby there's a lot of controversy about people outside of that, but in track and field we always think that if we do become known, it's because we do awesome things on the track, and it's going to be our performances. So it still kind of shocks me a little bit.
Did you realise at the time what was happening? Did you realise that the world was watching this, particularly Australia?
Yeah, I knew the world was watching, and I knew Australia was as well. I think when we were competing, about 70% of Australia was in lockdown, so there wasn't much else to do except sit in front of the TV and watch the Olympics. But at the time, it didn't really cross our minds as a big heroic act or anything like that. It was just very, like, I had trained with Ash for 7 years prior to the Olympics. And I had seen him kind of develop as an athlete from first joining the squad and trying to learn how to throw a discus, and there's still a hole in the UQ discus net from all the discuses just that went flying out to the right, all the way to an Olympic level, and we couldn't really pass up the opportunity of kind of potentially losing that bronze medal. And I had actually fouled out of the pole vault earlier that competition, so I had nothing to really lose, so it just became the kind of a normal thing to do.
And when you got that award from Thomas Bach, what did you think about that? That's an amazing award, because the world's a big place, right? There's a lot of athletes that could win that, and you won it.
Yeah. What went through my mind initially was it was a little bit awkward, because I went for the handshake and he went for the fist bump, and then we kind of went back and forth a little bit. But yeah, it did mean a lot to get that, just to show that there is more to sport than just the performances on the track, and it does mean more to people than that as well.
Charlotte, you've made yourself famous in Australia for your feats as a rugby player. How did you get into rugby? Was it something that happened here at State High?
Sevens being a team sport, that can be a blessing, because you get to share that pressure with the 11 other girls that stand beside you, but you also can't control what they do. So I guess you have to trust that they're going to prepare properly and do everything right to get to the position that you've allowed yourself to be in, but you also have to have that trust in your teammates that they're going to be in the best condition as well. So I guess especially at the Tokyo Olympics, we had, I think our average age in our team would have been 19 or 20. New Zealand's would have been 28, 29. And just that difference in experience.
They had you covered.
Yeah, completely. Like, and our girls started their careers during COVID, so they had played maybe 6 international games compared to the rest of the world's 30 to 40 plus. So I guess for them, just that experience at that level was probably not there at those games, and you could feel then like the pressure came onto the older girls because we'd been there. But yeah, you can't control what other girls do, and you have to just hope that when you get out to the field that everyone's done everything possible. And I think the last 12 months the group has bonded so well together that we know that we can trust each other. And
well, you won everything, didn't you?
Almost, yeah.
Like, this was an amazing year, wasn't it?
Yeah, we won 3 of the 3 major events of the year, and only lost to New Zealand once and played them 4 times. So I guess for Australian rugby fans, we're kind of the shining light in that regard, that we seem to be able to knock off New Zealand in big games, which for our group is really hard. Sometimes you go onto the field and you know that you're going to lose already because of, I guess, the aura that New Zealand rugby teams bring, and it's been a really long road getting our girls to kind of obviously respect New Zealand, but know that they can beat them and know that they're better than them. So yeah, I think we finally kind of nailed that off-field preparation that we've been talking about around preparing properly to know that you can win and believe in themselves.
Yeah,